Do you find yourself stuck in a loop of overthinking and putting things off until the last minute? You're not alone, and it's driving you crazy without you even realizing the simple shift that could change everything. We've all been there, scrolling through social media, watching YouTube videos, or playing video games, all while telling ourselves that we're just taking a quick break, but in reality, we're avoiding the task at hand. Procrastination and overthinking are two of the most common obstacles that prevent us from achieving our goals and living the life we truly desire. These habits can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, and inadequacy, making us question our abilities and potential. They can also make us feel stuck, like we're not making progress, and that our dreams are slipping away from us. The worst part is that we often don't even realize we're procrastinating or overthinking until it's too late. The truth is, procrastination and overthinking are not just productivity killers, but also stealers of joy and happiness. They can turn what should be an exciting project into a daunting task, making us feel anxious, stressed, and overwhelmed. I know what it's like to be trapped in this cycle. I used to be a master procrastinator, always finding excuses to delay tasks until the last minute. I would overthink every little detail, paralyzing myself with fear and doubt. But then something shifted, and I realized that I had the power to change. I remember when I first started my YouTube channel. I was terrified of creating content, fearing that people would judge me or think I'm not good enough. I would spend hours crafting the perfect script, only to delete it and start all over again. I was stuck in a vicious cycle of overthinking and procrastination. But one day, I decided to take a different approach. I started creating content without overthinking it, without perfectionism, and without fear. It was liberating. I finally started to make progress, and my channel started to grow. I realized that the more I created, the more I learned, and the more confident I became. I started to break free from the cycle of procrastination and overthinking, and it changed everything. I've seen it happen to many people. They get stuck in this cycle, and it seems like there's no way out. But then, something clicks, and they start to make progress. They start to break free from the chains of procrastination and overthinking, and it's like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders. Now, let's move on to the fun part, the scientific strategies to combat procrastination and overthinking. The first step is to understand the underlying psychology behind procrastination. You see, when we're faced with a task, our brains are wired to respond with a fight or flight response, which leads to procrastination. One of the biggest breakthroughs came when I realized that perfectionism is not the key to success. In fact, it's often the enemy of progress. When we're too focused on making something perfect, we become paralyzed by fear and doubt. We start to overthink every little detail, and we never take action. Another strategy that worked for me was to break down big tasks into smaller, manageable chunks. When we're faced with a huge project, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But when we break it down into smaller tasks, it becomes much more manageable. It's like eating 25-inch pizza a bite at a time. I also learned the importance of setting deadlines for myself. When we don't have a deadline, we tend to procrastinate and put things off until the last minute. But when we have a deadline, we're more focused, and we get things done. Another key strategy was to create an accountability system. When we're accountable to someone or something, we're more likely to take action. It could be a friend, a coach, or even a public declaration on social media. Share your goals and progress with a friend or accountability partner. Sharing valuable insights and best practices is one of the most important aspects of overcoming procrastination, like setting the SMART goals. You see, when we set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals, we're more likely to stay motivated and focused. Ask them to check in with you regularly. This will provide an added motivation to stay on track and avoid procrastination. The next step and one of the most effective ways to combat procrastination is to use the power of visualization. Close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself achieving your goals. Imagine the sense of accomplishment, the feeling of pride, and the boost of confidence. This will help to motivate and drive you to take action. Implementing these strategies changed my life. I started to make progress, I started to achieve my goals, and I started to break free from the cycle of procrastination and overthinking. I realized that I had the power to change, and that I was not a victim of my own habits. And the truth is, breaking free from procrastination and overthinking is not a one-time achievement, it's a continuous process. It takes effort, discipline, and commitment. But the rewards are worth it. So, what do you think is the main reason you procrastinate or overthink? Share with me in the comments below. Let's start a conversation, and let's support each other in breaking free from these habits. And if you want to learn more about self-improvement, be sure to check out my other videos for more helpful content. Thanks for watching. If you find this content helpful, consider to subscribe. Your support will be a great motivation for us to keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.